Welcome to my workshop. My name is Kara, and today we're going to be making another scrap wood project. So I'm going to be making a play on this as well as some other different rustic, modern, or farmhouse style picture hangers or picture frames, wall decor. So the first things that I'm going to do is use my scrap wood, of course. So I'm actually using some pieces here that I've got stained and painted and ready to go. But they are from an old fence panel, so really you can use whatever scrap wood or reclaimed wood you have lying around. So of course I was on Pinterest and they're all over the place. Stuff like reclaimed barn wood, pallet projects, those are some keywords. So you could of course use pallet wood if you wanted. I've got some there. This is also from a pallet. It's two pieces glued together right now. I've got that bigger piece from a fence panel, of course, we could cut down and sand. So this is what it looks like rough, not sanded, not stained, nothing. This is what all of these pieces over here came from this. And then I've also got just an old, like deck board almost. This came from an old play set outside. So lots of different options as far as your scrap wood that you could be using to make these projects. Like I said, I'm gonna make a play on something like this, so I'm not gonna make this exact one. However, I'm gonna make a few different varieties, so it should give you a good idea or spark the imagination for something that you have. So I've got a few different things happening over here. I've got my clothespins. I have a ton of clothespins, so I've actually got lots of these. You can also buy mini ones. I've got glue, I've got some wool. Okay, I've got my pieces I'm going to be using to make this, and then I'm actually gonna end up cutting a couple of these down. So I've got my pieces, I've got a couple stained, a couple painted, they were all sanded and ready to go. I've got some paint because I think I might end up doing more. And this paint color is actually this guy. I love it. It was an oops paint from Home Depot, so no, me didn't have to pay full price. So I have some paint, a paintbrush. I've got some twine, some like anchor rope, I think is what this is called. So some different thicknesses and options for what I want to do. I've got some different faux flowers that I'm gonna experiment and play with and see if we can make something kind of cute, a little bit more feminine, lean into that farmhouse look a little bit more. And then I've also got some, these are just words decor, and it was actually for Thanksgiving, so we have thankful, grateful, and blessed. But I think I could either paint it or leave the color if I wanted to. Let me take this off. So I could either, let me cut it off. So rather than painting a word on the boards, I could use one of these, right? So we could do blessed, and I could always paint this a different color, white, black, a silver, a gray, whatever. I would probably use spray paint for something like this. They're a little more three-dimensional, which will also give some more texture and character to the piece. So I've got those ones. I've got some smaller ones these came from the Dollar Tree that I found. So, you know, thankful, you could put on there. I've got family and welcome are the three. So I haven't thought through what I'm gonna do with all of those or which ones I'm gonna do where. All I know is I'm gonna do something similar to this, and then also a vertical one. So I think what I'm gonna do is start with this one. I've already got some holes drilled for where I want the twine to go, and then I'm just gonna play around with what word I want on here. Do I want to put any flowers or anything on this one? Or do I just want to stick with something simple? I have decided I'm gonna go the thicker twine or rope on the top, and then I'm gonna do smaller twine for the bottom part where the pictures actually hang from on the clothespins. So that'll be super simple and easy. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do that, and then also decide, do I like any of these words on here? So I think I'm gonna do blessed on here. And you could nail it down, you could glue it, whatever, however you want it to look. But first, I need to figure out what color I want this to be, because I don't love the gold. Maybe if this was a maroon or something of that nature, and then that feels very fallish to me, so I don't love the gold. I'm gonna have to spray paint something. What color do I spray paint? Let's see what I have. Those ones dry. They're spray paint, so it should dry fast. I'm gonna work on the vertical ones. My plan is to have, I might have to cut these down a little bit. My plan is to put a clothespin in for the picture. And then I kind of want to wrap some twine. That. The trick is I want to be able to use a 5x7 if I wanted to, so kind of figuring that out, and maybe it won't work perfect. Because if I keep that all in where it is, that's actually, that's not so bad. And this one's nice and easy because all we really need if you have your board size is glue to glue everything in place. The other thing that I'm thinking I could do, if I wanted, I could take some of our full flowers and do some flowers and maybe one of the edges, I could put it behind the twine if I wanted to. Something like kind of cute, or I could use this one. You could do them up top, so you could do something. I might pick some of these because I only need a couple. So you could do something up top with them, in the corner, this. So I'm gonna play around with that a little bit, but I think this is kind of where I want my twine to be and look like a little bit actually. So I'm going to mark here where I want my clothespin to be. You could nail it, you could staple it, you could glue it. I think I'm just going to glue it. Makes it nice and easy. I'm gonna eyeball where the center is. I'm gonna take this out. The other thing that I'm gonna do on this one, actually before I do any of that, is cut the bottom piece. So if you wanted to do bigger twine at the bottom or bigger rope, you could. I don't really want to do that on that one. So I think I'm going to cut it right about here. I'm just gonna run it through the miter saw really fast and cut that off. Okay, we're back. This is nice and cut. I'm going to get my glue ready. Glue my You could use hot glue too, I think, if you wanted. You could probably use wood glue. I am using something that's like E6000. It's just Gorilla Clear Grip contact adhesive, and it bonds to everything that we are working with today. So you could use, you know, like the E6000, I think is a pretty popular, just a super glue. hot glue, whatever you want it there. Again, you could also, trying to think and talk, it's not working. I'm kind of just eyeballing where the center of this is. You can measure, of course. Always recommend measuring. That's close. Use my clothespin to measure. All right, so that is gonna dry. I'm just going to lay this kind of on here so I can put my twine that I want. I'm thinking right in there because that should work also for 4x6. It will. Perfect. I'm gonna noodle on this one because I don't love it. Let's see what the thankful one looks like. This one I like more. As in I don't hate it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Yeah, that's too good. I don't like the way on that. Gosh, oh gosh. My oh my. Okay, we went back to the drawing board on the blessed. I'm doing it, it's kind of a greenish color over top. We'll let this dry and then see how we like it. Okay, so we have the blessed drying. That's gonna go on this one. Again, I'm gonna redo the thankful, something different because I just don't love it. I think I'm gonna do something similar where I'm just gonna paint over top of it. I'm going to use this creamy white-ish color. I think that's gonna look really good. thankful, blessed. I like these colors much more than the other alternatives that I had. So I'm going to glue these on. And the thankful, I think I'm just gonna leave. I'm going to put some rope through here, and I think I'm just gonna leave it as just thankful, no pictures or anything like that below. I may change my mind, but that's what I'm gonna go. Just the thankful sign. Be really cute to hang on like your front door, or put in an entryway or something of that. In the kitchen, maybe it's fall decor, you put it out around Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue these on. I think that'll work all right in this case. I might have to clamp them down so they stay in place. But I'm afraid that if I tried to nail them in, it would split. So that's my only worry with trying to nail them. All done with all of our projects, nice and wrapped up. My name is Kara. Thank you for watching.